guys, so we all know the thing that we expect out of your abroad students, you know, the cliche.
Yeah, so I actually had a real baguette from the countryside in a French farm, and it was like fresh from the oven, and yeah, it was like amazing.
Well, for me, it's true. I had my first pain au chocolat in a boulangerie in Lyon, and I have to say, it was incredible. And I also have to mention that Coop does not do real pain au chocolats. Okay, now to the actual point. I made a video today because I wanted to talk about term 2 in comparison to my term 1, because it was literally like Jekyll and Hyde. Jekyll and Hyde, you got 2 different personalities, same body. In my situation, I'm in the same city, but 2 different experiences. So, let me give you a picture of term 1. I didn't know really what to expect, but when I did it, it wasn't perfect, but it was damn near close. I loved it. I got out of my comfort zone and I traveled to like little places with like amazing bunch of people. I was eating out every week and I tried like new cuisine because I love food. Oh my god, and the pastries are to die for.
I love it.
My classes weren't amazing, but I learned things and I had some really amusing moments in them as well. My French class, I'll say all of them actually were like just a tad bit too long, like, you know, near like the last hour. Especially French, because it was 4 hours. I'll literally be fighting to keep myself up and to keep myself interested. I'll be like, come on, you've got like 1 more hour, you've done 3 already. Literally, I would be present, but I wasn't actually there at that point. So yeah, I wish the classes were like shorter, but saying that, like, my French class was like challenging, but it was also easy enough for me just to say, oh, I know this one, like, you know, I can actually like join in. So it was great, like I loved it. And the people I met as well, like I met so many people from around the world, and there was like a mammoth group chat where people just post like, hey, what are you doing tonight? We're doing this, come and join. Or I'll turn to someone in class like, what are you doing? Oh, we're just going to the pub, you want to come? Sure, okay. And then you do that. So it was just so easy and everything just happened and it all just like slotted into place as well. I just felt like more aware of like different people's cultures as well, which is something I feel like I wouldn't have learned if I just stayed at home and skipped the whole year abroad. And like, you know, before I wouldn't have like just thought,
oh, I have like a long weekend, I could just like pop into Scotland for a weekend.
I never would have done that. But like now that I've had this experience, I definitely like hands down would. Lyon is in the south of France, and obviously there has like longer summers. So literally from August to late November, the weather was like absolutely gorgeous. It felt like all the sun I was missing out from the UK, like those whole like 2.5 months, I just made it for it. Like especially like going to the beach, which was amazing. It was great. So I went home for Christmas, because that's another thing as well. I wasn't actually homesick at the end of term 1, because it literally felt like a 4-month holiday. So going home was more like a pit stop home, see, you know, just to see how things are going on. And
I did miss my old friends, my family, of course. Like, you know, I'll always miss them.
But yeah, it felt like great. And you know, I love Christmas as well, so seeing like Christmassy things in Strasbourg and stuff like that, I really did make me want to go home, actually, thinking about it. But you know, once I was home, I was like, well, this has been great. I cannot wait for my flight back to my other new short life, because I just felt so like active, you know. And like where I currently live now, it's like a small village, so like if I don't drive, like me, transport's a little bit hard. So you know, I noticed that a lot. I just wanted to go back to Lyon, where I'm 10 minutes away from a bus or tram or metro. You know, I have like 4 choices of transport. Yeah, it was like a metropolitan life I was having here, and I just wanted that so badly. And so term 2 begins. There's an induction week that they like do, and I went to the one in term 1, obviously. You know, it's starting a new year, you have to. And then term 2, I just thought, oh, they're gonna do the same stuff anyway. I'm gonna leave it. and I'm gonna have more time at home, because why would you choose to have more time at home when you've not been there for very long? And it meant more trips to Nando's as well, because I love Nando's. That wasn't very much a problem, but when I did start my first week of classes, I realized that people had sort of like buddied up together, just like how I did with people in term 1. I was like, oh, okay, this is like different. I'm gonna have to exert myself and like approach groups. I started to notice as well, like a lot of these groups like came from the same university together, whereas last term a lot of people came more as individuals. So because they're in groups, I did feel kind of a little bit more intimidated. I was like, oh, I have to like infiltrate like bonds that have already been created from long before, and I was like, oh no, oh, this is too much for an introvert like me. So I did it anyway because I had to, and like people were lovely, and there was a group of girls that were in my class who were lovely, and I would have like lunch with them and stuff like that, and just whenever I saw them in class, it was kind of like I was just come over and sit next to them, which is really nice as well. Because of my like the amount of traveling I did in term 1, literally just go like this everywhere. I had to be very careful in term 2 and budget a lot more, so that meant not much traveling. And so when I did hear of other people's traveling plans, I was like, I can't really go. And not just that, it just wasn't really the same. I was more conscientious about it. I was like, actually, I don't want to spend my money to go into a new city with you guys in particular. And yeah, like I was saying, I just didn't feel very connected with people. And I thought it's literally the first 2 weeks, like it's, that feeling's gonna change. Like you're gonna just naturally bond with people and naturally make friendships, because when you think about the friendships you have already or ones you've had in the past, when you think of the stories, you literally just feel like saying, oh, it just happened, like one day we were doing this, or I was in class and I asked for direction. This time I just felt like I had to try a lot, and time went past, and although I had a few friendly faces that I knew from last term, there was no one I felt very like connected to, that I could tell my deep problems or just say, hey, come to my room right now and let's watch like Netflix, or like talk about a pop star that we both love.
They ask you how you are, you just have to say that you're fine when you're not really fine, but you just can't get into it because they would never understand.
I didn't really like have that second term, so that was quite a change. So naturally I had to fill my time up doing activities. I actually did more sports this year, and like I felt like more focused, and I had like more time to reflect on like my career path and stuff like that, like all the serious stuff basically, and that like that's great, like it's paid off for like my character building and stuff like that, and it's made me like miss my degree at home, like for sure. Who says for sure? Why do I say for sure? Moment I just felt like, oh, why has this happened? Like I miss like my first time so much. I of course appreciate the friends I made in term 2, like high five guys, thank you like for being there. Oh my god, what we're doing. I appreciate guys, thank you. But of course, like one thing you can't really fake is just like connections, and obviously like it just wasn't like the same this term, and it kind of made it feel longer. And another change that I wasn't used to, well, we have to change classes of course, and that includes my French class. And in my mind I was like, okay, it's going to be either similar to what I did before, or like a bit more challenging but not too much. But this was like a whole grade challenging. Like my first class, I was literally sitting there like I literally thought I was in the wrong class, so I went to change, and the lady just basically gave me 50 reasons why I shouldn't change, and then let me know that I can't change anyway. And she said that apparently my university should have like specified that if you're going to do a whole year at this university you have to be at least an A2 so they can bump it up. Like currently, well, before I came I was pre A1, so I was like beginners and so to suddenly be a beginner to intermediate French, like you're literally just, you're sitting there and you're just there like, what what is going on? Oh my god, every week we're just marking homework, so I was like, oh no, I can't even try to enjoy this, I can't join in. I'm like, oh my god, I'm so lost. And my other classes, I actually did a class related to my degree, I actually did, yeah, and I didn't even like that, and it just made me think, oh my god, oh, help me. So that made me lose my motivation for class, because I was like, why am I gonna come in for something that I feel lost in? And like I love a good night out too as well, but like in Lyon it's expensive, but like this time in particular, like every time I'd get so excited, I'm like, yes! They're broken. So you know, I feel like, yes, I'm ready, and then I'd go, and then there were certain times where I just felt like, I don't know, I wasn't alone, but I felt like lonely, and I was like, I feel like I'm in such a, I can't describe it, like a weird environment that I wasn't very comfortable in, and I just felt like, do you know, I want to turn around, go home, put some Netflix on and watch a film and just be anti-social and snuggle up in my bed. And I just found that a lot in term 2, and like, it doesn't help when Jaeger bombs cost €6 and single glasses that are in tiny little tube glasses like €10, because it's like, great, now I can't even drink to forget, wonderful. This is too expensive, it's too much. That's not to say I've not had good times going out, like, oh my god, I love the boat, that was like good memories there. But yeah, like, it's just like, oh, it's really miss like going out at home, and I miss like spoons, and like with my friends for like last term we had like, what, sorry, I'm just playing with this brush, we had like wine and cheese nights as well, which just got like really cute, and then all of a sudden that like those weren't there anymore, and I was like, like I really could do just like a night in but still drinking, get to know people, which was different. Because of my change, I couldn't like help but compare myself to other people's situations, and I couldn't help like questioning my own like friend making abilities, and like I just had to remind myself like, I'm great, okay, I'm great. I had to remind myself like, I'm perfectly fine. It's just I've literally just been like plopped in this situation, and I just have to make lemons out of lemonade somehow and like get through it. And like, it's not been the worst, but like in comparison to my first time, it was just a bit more of a struggle, and it felt longer as well. I felt like it just kept dragging as well. But I love the city, like I absolutely love the city, like no regrets there. Honestly, I've had some like really good memories, great people as well in term 2, and it forced me out of my comfort zone, like, because I did try to go to like language mixes as well to meet like even more like-minded people, because like the friends I made are great, they're wonderful, but I guess it just so I got the window open, all these bugs are coming in and having a party in my room. I guess I just wanted more people to have like-minded experiences with, like term 1. Oh my god, I'm just shaking my head, what am I doing? Overall, yes, no regrets. It's like term 2, like it could have been worse, but it wasn't bad at the same time. It was like a medium, like purgatory. I'll describe it to us as purgatory, and it felt less like a holiday, but it wasn't torture either. Like, it was just kind of like living life. I don't know how to describe it, but yeah, that's like pretty much term 2. I don't know how to end these things. Thanks for listening. Hope you have a great day, and if you're new to Erasmus, do it, and if you're not new, I hope you had a decent experience or great or wonderful, and if it's bad, if you had a bad experience, that's absolutely normal as well, because you just do not know what's going to happen, and it's such a gamble and it's such a change. And yay you for going on a year abroad when probably half your friends back at home wouldn't dare. So right, bye.